A vessel approaches a sulfur emission control area and needs to perform a fuel changeover. The changeover time varies depending on the fuel circulation volume, engine load, and fuel service tank temperatures. Let's take a closer look. Here we see a typical fuel system between the fuel tanks and the engine. This vessel operates with two different fuels, heavy fuel oil and marine gas oil, and the system is now full of heavy fuel oil. Speaking of different fuels, the required temperature for heavy fuel oil at engine inlet is 140 degrees Celsius, while the marine gas oil temperature should be 40 degrees Celsius. The allowed fuel temperature change rate is at 2 degrees Celsius a minute, and the fuel viscosity at engine inlet must be kept at minimum 2 centistokes throughout the changeover process. Sounds complicated, doesn't it? Let's see how FuelSafe can handle all this for you. The blue highlights show Auramarine FuelSafe system parts. The process is started from the fuel selector panel. This sends a signal to the changeover valve to turn slowly towards the marine gas oil tank. Now this changeover valve is partially open from both tanks, and cold marine gas oil starts to slowly enter the system and mix with the hot heavy fuel oil. The temperature change must be limited to maximum 2 degrees Celsius per minute to avoid any problems that could be caused by too quick temperature change. Both heavy fuel oil and marine gas oil are flowing into the system. The viscosity and fuel temperature start to drop. Now the changeover valve allows equal amounts of both fuels coming into the system. Viscosity and fuel temperature continue to drop. MgO concentration in the system rises. When the fuel viscosity has reached 3 centistokes, it is time to automatically turn the fuel flow towards the active cooling unit. Now the cooling unit is cooling the fuel mixture 2 degrees Celsius per minute. The changeover valve has turned fully to MgO. Only MgO is coming into the system. The feeder circulation cooling starts. It prevents any pump problems that could be caused by warming of the fuel that is in the feeder pump circulation, also called the supply pump circulation. The changeover sequence is completed. The viscosity of at least 2 centistokes and a temperature of 40 degrees Celsius has been reached. The cooler unit maintains these properties at all times and responds automatically to, for example, engine load changes. The fuel system is ready for entering an emission control area.